I'm Carrie Hicks.
And I'm Reagan Reinhardt.
And we did our research presentation for what strategies are most effective for students with sensory processing disorder. Background information. Because of the growing number of students experiencing sensory processing disorders, we felt it was important to examine the different practical strategies which classroom teachers can implement. This study sought to determine relationships between strategies designed for students with sensory processing disorder and student achievement and social interactions. This particular study examined the positive, negative, or neutral effects of fidgets, therapy balls, and weighted vests. Our research questions. Number 1, what role does sensory-based intervention play in the classroom for students with sensory processing disorder? Number 2, does sensory-based intervention contribute to student behavior in the elementary classroom? And number 3, will students with and without sensory processing disorder show an overall improvement in the elementary classroom? Literature review. Research is widely inconsistent to which strategies are the most effective. Some studies link sensory processing disorder to autism spectrum disorder and ADHD. Current studies use 2 types of intervention for sensory processing disorder. They are sensory integration therapy, like occupational therapy, and sensory-based intervention, which is in the daily routines. Methods for this study. This study took place in a suburban East Tennessee elementary school where 86% of students are Caucasian. Our instruments were a survey and a questionnaire that were conducted to provide our results. The survey was created in order to gather information on how students reacted to having weighted vests, blankets, therapy balls, and/or fidgets in the general education classroom setting. The 12 statements on the survey follow a Likert scale, with 1 being strongly disagree and 6 being strongly agree.
With our data collection, the survey's 12 statements referred to how students reacted to the implementation of therapy balls, weighted vests or blankets, and fidgets, and also addressed how the teacher felt the students were doing academically before and after the introduction of these new strategies. Following the 12 statements were 8 questions which referred to the demographics of the student, teachers, and how the implementation of new teaching strategies was incorporated into the everyday classroom. To control the validity of this study while gathering a wide range of data from various grade levels, we made sure, 1, that the same amount of time was given to all teachers and students participating in the study. All teachers were given the same sensory instruments to implement in their classroom. Teachers would provide demographic data and gender for the student responses. The respondents of this study, we had 4 teachers from K-1 classrooms that participated. 2 of the 4 teachers had 10+ years of experience in an elementary classroom. Our first research question: what role does sensory-based intervention play in the classroom for students with sensory processing disorder? 75% of teachers agreed that students with achievement improved with weighted vests and blankets in the classroom. Only 50% felt that students improved using therapy balls, while 25% felt that fidgets were a successful strategy. This study shows that weighted vests or blankets are most effective for students with sensory processing disorder. Research question 2. Does sensory-based intervention contribute to student behavior in the elementary classroom? 75% of teachers agree that while using weighted vests improves student behavior. 66 slightly agree that the therapy balls improve student behavior, while 50% of teachers believe that fidgets contributed to student behavior. Therefore, weighted vests and fidgets show the most improvement in student behavior. This is due to the fact that not all teachers implemented fidgets in their classroom due to their personal preference. Research question 3. Will all students with and without sensory processing disorder show overall improvement in the elementary classroom? 50% agree and 50% slightly agree that students with and without sensory processing disorder show overall improvement in the classroom. With this, our results show that using sensory-based interventions believed that strategies were effective in the overall improvement of students in the classroom. To conclude, this study suggests that the use of sensory-based interventions can significantly increase academic achievement and social behaviors, which is supported by previous research. Our recommendation for further studies should focus on the following to increase validity. Use a larger population size, lengthen the amount of time that each strategy is implemented, and implement strategies one at a time.
Thank you.